Joining us tonight, Senior Advocate, Supreme Court, Member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha. Now, the argument that Kejriwal is giving is that, listen, it's not my fault. It's the fault of the BJP that they put me in jail. They're against me. They're against the people of Delhi. So I'm going to do the right thing and I'm going to run this state from jail. I'm going to keep running it from jail to the best I can. Let whatever happen, let hell break out outside, doesn't matter.
Arnab, that's a most anomalous and immoral situation. But unfortunately, the law is that it's up to the incumbent. So long as he's not proved guilty, he's entitled to run the government. But it obviously means that he's putting himself before the interests, not just of the people of Delhi, but his own party as well. Because it's proving to be a most inefficient government. I mean, as you pointed out, there's a water crisis. There's a acute heat wave going on in this country, in this city, and he needs to get his act together, and he's unable to do it. I mean, if you're focusing so much on your own defense in bail matters, I mean, he's got about 4 bail applications.
Yeah, but he says that what do I do? He says, what do I do? I fight a case on ED, and the CBI goes ahead and arrests me because they think I might get bail. So the government is doing everything possible for me to remain in jail. So I'm going to keep up the pressure.
But if he's broken the law and the courts have warranted his continued detention for investigation in these purposes, there being very serious offences of tampering with the liquor excise policy and using the money therefrom, large amounts of money, by way of bribery to fund elections.
But he said there's no allegation on me. I didn't do it.
Of course he did it. I mean, there are approvers who have said that they gave him 100 crores of rupees. That's already there.
They didn't give him, he says. He says, I didn't give me. There is no cash angle. There is no money trail. To me,
so far,
per se.
Arnab, we are giving his ex-cathedra statements from jail, right? Far too much importance. These have been vetted by court after court, and they found there's a prima facie case against him in every respect.
But he says, you see, you don't give the people of Delhi water because you don't like me. You put the CBI against me because you don't like me. You link me to a scam I'm not involved in directly, probably Sisodia's fault because you don't like me, so you're after me.
But Arnab, that's the reaction. That's the reaction of a man clutching at a piece of straw. I mean, you've got to take it for what you've got to understand the circumstances he's in. He's desperate, so he's going to say that. Somebody should, within his party, should say, look, give yourself a chance. Please let somebody else run the government, and we'll see. I mean, there have been good examples. Long time back, LK Advani did the same thing. When there was that Jain Hawala scandal, he said, I will not return to politics at all, let alone occupy any office unless I'm cleared. But these days, you don't expect anything from people who are genuinely corrupt.
How long do you expect him to be in now? I mean, he got CBI custody for 3 days. The bail application, which was made in the Supreme Court, went out. Remember, viewers, I told you yesterday that if he runs out of options, if the Supreme Court does not give him bail, then he's going to really run out of options. So knowing that, he pulled it back. Why did he pull back the bail application? Am I right that he didn't want to exhaust that option? Because if the Supreme Court were to deny him bail, and that would be some semblance of an argument on merit on that, then he would really be in a big soup. He didn't want to give up that. What's his lookout now? You expect him to come out now?
Well, I'm not in the near future. I mean, he's got 2 battles to fight. The Supreme Court is dealing already. It's reserved its order. I think it comes out shortly after the court reopens. Right? It's reserved it for that day. On the ED matter, saying that his arrest was illegal. There's that. Then in the ED matter, he's now moved a bail application. While seeking quashing, clearly he doesn't have any faith in his quashing application, although the order is expected any time. So in the meantime, he's moved for bail as well. Now that bail, which was granted by the lower court, has been stayed by the High Court. So obviously what he had moved the Supreme Court was an appeal against the order of stay. Now that the High Court has considered the matter at length and passed an order saying that yes, that order of the trial court needs to be stayed, granting him bail, he has obviously withdrawn that in the Supreme Court and he's going to take his chances in the High Court. In the meanwhile, he faces yet another, the predicate offence of the CBI, for which they haven't arrested him at all. So now he's also facing 3 days police custody. While he was in jail custody with the ED case, he's now in police custody for interrogation in the CBI case. So he's got a whole lot of problems, and I don't see him coming out in the near future. But it's already long overdue. I mean, he was given an extreme indulgence by granting him an interim bail, which is an extraordinary remedy to contest elections. And you saw what happened. He got 0 out of 7 seats.
Well, Mahesh Jethmalani, very complicated situation for him. Thanks for setting up the debate tonight.